Hey everyone, so today we're going to do some spider plant propagating. You can either propagate in water or into soil. We're going to do both here today. I have some soil, just regular potting mix. It's already pre-moistened and ready to go just for sake of ease. And then when you're going to propagate these guys, you want to make sure, if you can see there, that there's some aerial roots already started. This one here isn't quite ready yet. As you can see, there's no aerial roots there, so we're just going to leave that baby. This plant here is very mature. It has lots of babies with their aerial roots. So we're just going to get started. You can use a gardening shear if you want, but I don't find it necessary, so we're just going to use regular scissors. And then you're just going to cut the baby off here. You can see that's a pretty substantial baby. Has lots of good roots. And then we're just gonna stick this guy into the soil here. So with your finger, just make a little indentation as all the soil falls out. And then you'll just stick that in. And now, these guys like to dry out in between waterings, but because we're trying to get the roots to grow a little bit bigger, you can keep them on the moist side until the roots are a little bit more substantial, and then you'll want to let them completely dry out in between waterings. If you're going to propagate into the water, when you move them into soil, once they have a bigger root system, you're going to want to keep the soil quite moist for the first few days, even up to the first couple weeks until it's used to, and then you can slowly start tapering off the watering and then eventually water like normal. You'll just do this as it was just living in water and it's used to having more water. So we'll take the next baby here. This one's not as big, but it still has lots of aerial roots. Just cut that one off. Make another indentation and set it into the soil. Now the indentations don't need to be very big as there's not very many roots. Just enough so the roots are sitting into the soil. I'm just going to find another one with a good root system here. We'll put this one into some water. So you just make sure the roots are in the water, and you can just kind of prop it up and let it sit. Just like that. The more often you change the water, the better. If you can change it daily, that would be the best, but for sure you'll want to change it weekly. I'm just using tap water. You can use filtered water or distilled water. I'm going to turn this guy around here. As you can see, there's lots more babies on this side too. And cutting off these babies and pruning your plant is not bad for it. It's actually good for it. Just like when we get a haircut, it'll grow quicker. So don't be afraid to propagate. And then you have plant insurance in case something happens. But these guys are really easy to grow, especially for beginners. It's a good plant to have. Fast grower, they can tolerate a more brighter light, they can tolerate lower light conditions. Let's see here. And two, you don't have to propagate all the babies. You can leave them if you like the way that looks. I kind of like the way it looks, so I'm just going to do this one and then one more. I'm going to leave the rest. They all have a little bit of a root system, so that's perfect. And that's as easy as that is. I'm just gonna move these to the side so I can show you some other stuff. So this spider plant here I have, it's a little bit smaller, not as mature, but all this here is new growth since I've gotten it, so it's doing okay. It has lost some leaves on the bottom from yellowing. If you're going to repot the spider plants, they actually like being very root bound. So if you're going to repot them, don't go up more than a pot size. That's a good rule of thumb in general. And then this guy here, I'm just gonna leave him in this pot actually. Since it's thriving, it doesn't need to be repotted and I don't want to disturb it. I want it to make some more babies. And there you have it. I leave mine in front of a south-facing window, not up against it, a little bit further back, about a couple feet back, and it gets bright indirect light as there's an overhang on the outside of the house, and it seems to like it there. But like I said, they can also tolerate a lower light environment as well. And there you have it, guys. I'll show you the propagations, and I'll give you an update as they continue to propagate, and we'll see which ones take the quickest. You don't need to have any fancy propagation stations. I know there's lots of them out there. I just used some glasses here, and then I had just some flower pots from some flowers from outside, and that's about that for that. And this is a fertilizer I use for all my indoor house plants. It's just by Miracle-Gro, very generic. And what I do is I'll put 3 or 4 pumps of it into this watering jug here, which is maybe about a liter or so, maybe a little bit less. And all my indoor house plants, they're loving it, thriving. And I've had or seen good reviews from other people on that as well. Okay guys, that's it for the spider plant propagation. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.